The manga kicks off with a bunch of boys hyped over a brand new game that just dropped. Suddenly, our MC casually drops the bomb that he's already beaten it. Not once, not twice, but 4 freaking times. And instead of getting worshipped like the gaming god he is, the man gets roasted alive. Like bro, they acted as if flexing skills was a crime. They all tell him to piss off and stop being such a tryhard. Fast forward to the present. Our boy's name? Mike Tiro, classic introvert. The type who'd rather grind XP than socialize. When he hears his classmates talking about another new release, you'd think he'd care, but nay. Our dude's got tunnel vision, keyboard, screen, and 0 human interaction. Then the atmosphere shifts. The room goes silent. You know something's up when even the class clown shuts up. Everyone starts whispering about her. The prettiest and smartest girl in school. Yup, the out-of-your-league type that anime protagonists are destined to trip over. The classroom door slides open, and boom, that enters the scene like a goddess descending among peasants. She's showered with praise, compliments, and a whole lot of desperate male energy. Our poor MC just sighs in the corner, probably praying she doesn't sit next to him. Spoiler, she won't. Then the author hits us with some deep narration. The weak stay hidden in the grass while the strong walk proudly in the sunlight. Translation: Mike's the grass, she's the sunlight, and we're just here watching him photosynthesize. Sadness. Sadness. Back in his little world, our boy's losing a match and can't focus thanks to the non-stop murmuring around him. Finally, he snaps. He's had enough of being the invisible background character. My man's ready for a side quest called a Get a Friend. But yeah, reality check. No party invites coming his way. Next thing we know, we're at an arcade. Mike's grinding games solo, like always. At this point, even the arcade machine's like, bro, you good? It's already 10 p.m., and he's tired, about to pack up for the night. Then he spots someone else gaming. Hold up. Someone else this late? Must be fate or caffeine. He notices she's kinda terrible at the game, so he steps in like a mentor, trying to help. But despite his coaching, she still loses hard. And she's furious. Huh? The girl storms up, grabs him by the collar, and yells, claiming she lost because of him. Ah yes, the classic blame the tutorial move. But hey, who can resist a feisty girl in an arcade grabbing your shirt? Not me, that's for sure. Our boy's completely speechless. You ever get yelled at so hard that your brain blue screens? Yeah, that's him right now. He tries to deny it because he knows he carried her the entire match. Luckily, she lets him go, and just like that, the storm passes. The girl leaves, and our MC is left there, confused, exhausted, and questioning his entire existence. As he's about to head home, something shiny on the ground catches his eye. He picks it up. It's a pass case. And if anime logic has taught us anything, lost items equals destiny, event unlocked. So he rushes out of the arcade, heart pounding, trying to find that fiery girl again. Because clearly, chasing random angry women in the middle of the night always ends well. While searching, he accidentally bumps into someone. The girl quickly apologizes and walks away, but then he hears noises in the nearby alley. Bro, this is how horror movies start. Turn back. Of course, curiosity wins and he checks it out. And yep, it's her, the same girl from before. Our boy's cooked. Extra crispy this time. He glances at the pass case again and suddenly realizes this isn't just any girl. It's the popular girl from his school. The one every dude daydreams about but never talks to. And this man's standing in a dark alley with her at 10 p.m. holding her stuff. That's not aromantic. That's a court case waiting to happen. He nervously says her name, repeating it like he's summoning a demon. But instead of a thank you, she gives him the deadliest death stare known to mankind. At that moment, bro saw his future. Obituary headline: local gamer found dead after trying to return lost item. Sweating bullets, he freezes as she steps closer. She suddenly asks, in a serious tone, if he's the kind of guy who can keep someone's secret. My man's thinking, lady, I can't even keep a save file from corrupting. Fast forward to the next day. And good news, our boy's alive, which means plot armor is working overtime. He's back to gaming like usual, but something's off. His peaceful, introverted days? Gone. Because once you find out the school idol's secret, you don't just go back to normal, bro's officially on a main character difficulty. Apparently, he was spared last night because he ran faster than the Flash. I mean, who needs cardio when fears Your pre-workout. He thought that was the end of it. But guess what? Nope. Because the FMC saw his face clearer than my search history. And that's saying something. He nervously tells her she's got the wrong guy. Classic anime denial move, right before the slap or blackmail scene. But of course, she ain't buying that crap. Her expression shifts from cute to own your soul now. She looks him dead in the eyes and says he's not escaping. Our poor MC apologizes, even though he literally did nothing wrong. That's how you know he's a true gamer, apologizing for lag in real life. The next day, FMC corners our poor Miss and immediately hits him with the interrogation. Did he tell anyone her secret after running away yesterday? He quickly says no, he didn't tell a soul. Let's be real, who's he even gonna tell? His console? But she doesn't buy it that easily. Suddenly, she grabs his face and pulls him closer, staring deep into his eyes. At this point, bro's heart rate hit final boss levels. Not from fear. Okay, maybe a little from fear, but mostly because she's way too close. He nervously asks if this is really okay. What if someone sees them like this? But she doesn't answer. Instead, her tone turns icy. She tells him he's not in any position to ask questions. Bro went from main character to side quest NPCs in one line. Then comes the threat. If he ever dares to reveal her secret, she'll make sure he dies the most painful death imaginable, unimaginable. And judging by that look, I believe her. She's got that I've practiced this speech before energy. He quickly blurts out that he has no one to tell anyway. He's an introvert, remember? But she's skeptical. She's like, yeah, right, every guy says that until screenshots start leaking. So he nervously asks if there's a way he can prove it. Finally, she releases his face and says coldly that she'll be watching him 24/7 until she's convinced he can be trusted. Congratulations, my dude. You wanted attention? You got the FBI version of it. Just like that, his peaceful, introverted life is officially over. He accepts his fate with a tired sigh. And somewhere deep down, he's probably thinking, couldn't I just have gotten a normal girlfriend instead of a yandere bodyguard? After school, he heads to the arcade, hoping for a break. But of course, she's right there, watching, always. Bro's living in a real-life stealth mission with 0% stealth stats. He finally asks if she's seriously going to follow him until he leaves. She nods, saying it's part of their promise. Man didn't sign up for this DLC, but here we are. Then she notices something. Despite all the stalking and awkwardness, she realizes he's actually been telling the truth. She asks if he really doesn't have friends. Ooh, that question hit harder than any boss fight. He just freezes, because yeah, it hurts when the truth crits you for emotional damage. She softly murmurs something under her breath. Friends. He catches it and asks if she said something, but she quickly brushes it off. Bro's confused, flustered, and one more intense stare away from malfunctioning completely. A few minutes later, FMC tries to play a game but immediately complains that the machine is broken. It's not fun at all. Mins looks at her, unimpressed, and says it's not broken. She's just bad at it. She freezes for a second, realizing what he just implied, and her eyes narrow. Narrow? Did you just call me trash? He panics and denies it instantly. But it's too late. Her short temper is already flaring. Bro's about to get comboed Earl for saying the quiet part out loud. So after getting roasted for calling her a trash, Pharynixamus pack with a challenge. A scoring match. You know it's serious when the girl who threatened to kill you now wants a best of 3. MC shrugs and accepts. Because what's the worst that could happen, right? Spoiler, a lot. Game starts. Round after round, buttons clicking, tension rising, then boom, it's over. Our boy wins. Of course he does. Years of gaming alone finally paid off. Put this man in Evo. But instead of getting angry or smacking him like we all expected, she starts crying, like full-on rolling on the floor crying. This is not the boss rage animation I predicted. She kicks her legs, pouts, and rolls around the floor in pure frustration while our Mendes just stands there like, should I call tech support or a therapist? He awkwardly tries to calm her down, but it's useless. Finally, after what feels like forever, she stops, sniffling and muttering that the only reason she lost is because he cheated. Still trying to understand what's happening, asks why she's getting so worked up. She looks up and says it's because she's always been #1, top of her class, best at everything. Losing just isn't in her vocabulary. And now she's experiencing her first ever L. Since she's already at the top of everything else, she demands he teach her this game. He's completely speechless, like his brain just blue-screened. My guy's been bullied, threatened, and now promoted to coach, all in 1 week. He tries to refuse, but she's not listening. Bro's words are going straight into the void. Time skip. Now we see the two of them gaming together regularly. Every time she loses, she throws a mini tantrum, and every time he has to calm her down. He's not a gamer anymore. He's a full-time emotional support boyfriend. Fast forward a week later, and our MC looks half dead from exhaustion. This man's hook bar is flashing red, and the respawn timer's about to start. She notices and asks if something's wrong, but obviously he's not saying a word. You don't tell a ticking time bomb that she's the reason for your burnout. Out of nowhere, she offers him a smoke. Before he can even respond, she starts talking non-stop about random stuff. MC finally snaps and tells her to shut up, then bluntly asks when she started smoking. And honestly, bold of him to talk back, character development speedrun unlocked. She glares at him and, out of nowhere, asks if he likes her. He denies it instantly, which just makes her smirk. She follows up by asking if he's even interested in people at all. He sighs and replies, "Of course I am. I'm not a robot." Bro's trying so hard to sound normal, but the damage is done. Normal, but the damage is done. She's definitely going to tease him for that later. She then explains that she only started smoking after she began going out more often. He asks why she'd even do that, and that's when things get heavy. She says she just got tired of being the popular, rich girl everyone expects her. Makes a bit confused, asks, "But you've got tons of friends, right?" She scoffs and hits him with a verbal nuke. Do you need a reality check?" She explains that those so-called friends only care about her status and money. So once you lose either, people start treating you like trash, and everything gets cold, fake, and painfully awkward. And right there, the vibe shifts from funny to kinda heartbreaking. Even our MC realizes that under that perfect school idol image, she's just lonely, just like him. After their heavy talk, Manenosanan awkwardly scratches his head and says he might have talked too much. Trying to lighten the mood, he compliments her looks, her vibe, everything. And right there, Bro committed a fatal error, complimenting a tsundere without a backup plan. Her face goes red, not from blushing, but pure annoyance. She immediately shoves a cigarette into his mouth. "You think you're smooth, huh? Chew on this, Casanova." She's pissed because he's trying to act cool. Then, boom! She grabs his face, leans close, and lights his cigarette with her own. Bro kissed fire. Forget romance roots. This is the final cutscene. She exhales, saying calmly, "There. It's lit. We dying single with this one." Straight up anime power move. Every lonely man just took emotional damage. MC face turns crimson. He's flustered beyond repair, choking on the moment and the smoke. He spits out the cigarette immediately, his brain officially fried. Fast forward to the next day. In class, someone calls out to him. It's her, the FMC. She casually says she's heading out first and that he should catch up later. Man's heart just did a triple backflip. Getting casually addressed by her in public. That's main character progress. She waves goodbye, leaving him staring blankly, lost in thought. As he walks down the hallway, though, trouble finds him again. Two girls who've clearly been stalking him for a while call out to him. You can smell the drama coming from miles away. They take him outside for a chat. The moment he asks what they want, they drop the question. What's his relationship with the FMC? Before he can even respond, they go off claiming they're her friends and yapping like a gossip podcast. They didn't come for answers. They came for emotional destruction. MC starts sweating bullets, thinking they might snitch about his secret hangouts with her. Luckily, that's not their goal. Instead, they start trash-talking him, telling him to stop hanging out with FMC because he's beneath her. He tries to defend her, saying she's not that kind of person, but they cut him off and drag his background into it. They remind him that in school, he's basically a ghost. Even the teachers ignore him, treating him like he doesn't exist. The man's been side-charactered so hard, even NPCs have more dialogue than him. And since they can't win in an argument of logic or skill, they go for the kill shot, telling him he's a nobody and doesn't deserve to be around someone like her. After all that venom, they walk away, leaving MC crushed. He starts breaking down, realizing that maybe being near FMC could just cause her more problems. Bro's heart just got nerfed harder than an overpowered gacha character. A few minutes later, he drags himself to the arcade. She's there waiting, smiling faintly as she greets him. He apologizes for being late, and though she notices something's off about him, she lets it slide. She senses it, but she's not ready to admit she cares yet. As they play, he realizes she's actually improved. Her aim, timing, everything's sharper. He compliments her progress, and she blushes slightly, muttering a shy thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, we've achieved the rare Sundir level up animation. Then, in an unexpected twist, she wins. She actually beats the pro gamer himself. Her eyes widen in disbelief, and she immediately accuses him of holding back. He shakes his head, saying he wasn't. She truly surpassed him. And that, folks, is when you know you've lost the tutorial boss permanently. Q. But as soon as she celebrates her victory, he drops the bomb. Now that you've reached your goal, maybe we should stop seeing each other. She freezes, completely caught off guard. Her voice trembles as she asks what he means. He explains softly that things could get weird for her if people saw them together, that it might bring her trouble. He apologizes, genuinely, for being a burden. For Briggs stops. This isn't some side character she's toying with anymore. This is the one person who treated her like a human, not a trophy. But before she can say anything, he lifts his head and sees her crying. Through her tears, she whispers, "Not just like everyone else." Then she turns and walks away, leaving him standing there, alone again. And right there, Bro realized something scarier than death itself. He wasn't afraid of her secret anymore. He was afraid of losing her. Matsi was lost in thought, wondering if it was really okay to just end things like this. He tried to distract himself by playing, but the screen felt empty, the buttons meaningless. That's when it hit him. The game wasn't what made him happy. She was. Bro just realized she was the real main quest all along. With a sigh, Manga put the gun down, slung his backpack over his shoulder, and started running. For once, it wasn't about the game. It was about chasing something real. As he ran through the rain, he admitted it. He still had hope in his heart. All this time, she wasn't treating him like a toy. She was the only one who saw him as a person. Meanwhile, things took a turn. The FMC was bleeding, surrounded by a group of delinquents. Hutiat. Like seriously, it took a whole squad to fight one girl? Peak coward energy. One of them sneered, asking if she wanted the shop or them. But before things could escalate, bam! A flying backpack smacked the tough guy straight off his feet. Mo Hiskitan Modhan and sneered arrived. Our boy came in with that aside character, no more energy. He asked if she was okay. She brushed it off like a boss, but her ankle was clearly hurt. Without hesitation, he offered his hand and said they should go. Together, they ran through the rain. Just the two of them against the world. As they escaped, she asked why he helped her. He told her it's because he saw her protect someone before, 2 weeks ago. She tried to brush it off, saying she only did it because the guys pissed her off, but he wasn't buying it. Then he said something that froze her completely. Even so, do you really need a reason to help a friend? She went quiet. That one word, friend, hit harder than any fight. Then she smiled, softly repeating it back, cheeks a little pink. And just like that, the tsundere cracked. They walked and talked as the rain faded away. Before parting, she told him to meet her in their usual spot tomorrow, to play games again, together. Fast forward to the next day, Mas got called out by her. But this time, she showed up in full delinquent style. He blinked and asked if that was really okay for school. She leaned in close and whispered, "You made me your friend, remember? So take responsibility." And just like that, they walked out together, side by side, like equals. That's where the story ends. No sequels, no what happens next. Just one perfect one shot of chaos, healing, and feelings. And yes, we're dying single with this manga, but at least we died smiling.